Here's an emotional, engaging story inspired by the title you gave. Teacher calls janitor's daughter a liar about her dad, went pale when the billionaire CEO showed up. I begin with a hook to draw the listener in immediately, just like the start of a powerful 15-minute YouTube video. The moment the door creaked open, the classroom froze. 9-year-old Maya stood by her desk, lips trembling, eyes wide. Her teacher, stern and cold-eyed, glared at her in front of the entire class. That's a lie, the teacher snapped. No child of a mere janitor has a billionaire father. Don't make up stories just to look important. Maya's heart pounded, her cheeks burned. She tried to explain, to say that her dad did come sometimes, but the teacher shook her head, and the classroom broke into murmurs. Some kids snickered, others turned away. Maya shrank in place, clutching her worn-out backpack like a shield. The secret her dad kept. At home, when the last student had left and the janitor's cart was pushed into the locked supply closet, Maya's dad, Daniel Rivers, a humble man with calloused hands and kind eyes, would sit beside her at the small kitchen table. He didn't complain. He didn't pity himself. He only whispered, "One day, you'll tell them the truth." Because the truth was real. Long ago, before he'd vanished from the world of suits and boardrooms, Daniel had built an empire. He had chartered companies, shaken hands with powerful men, and walked red carpets. He was a billionaire once. But wealth had come at a cost. He lost someone precious, and with that, the spark that had driven him. Ashamed of his past arrogance, he abandoned that life, and moved continents, took a simple job as a janitor, and buried his old identity. All to give Maya a quiet childhood, away from the whispers and the expectations. At night, he dreamed of returning, but not as a man of power. As just her dad. Cruel words, shattered confidence. So when the teacher called Maya a liar, she didn't just reject words, she crushed hope. That night she cried herself to sleep, asking why her truth was treated like shame. At school the next day, she avoided eye contact. She stopped raising her hand. Her laughter disappeared, replaced by silence. Her best friend, Sam, noticed. "Why are you so quiet?" he asked at recess. But Maya only shook her head. Fate intervenes, the arrival of the CEO. A week later, the school announced a special visitor would come to meet parents. Rumors raced through the corridors. Who could it be? During dismissal, a tall man in an expensive overcoat stepped into the school gate. He didn't glance around, didn't talk to any kids. He walked straight toward the janitor closet. Heads turned, whispers rose. The man pushed open the door. The janitor cart, the mops, the buckets. Then he stepped into the corridor, took off his coat, revealing a tailored suit beneath. Silence fell. Maya felt frozen. Sam stared. Teachers gasped. And then the man spoke. Soft voice, clear. "Hello, I'm Daniel Rivers." Gasps echoed. Teachers turned pale. The principal's face drained. She stuttered. The kids recoiled. The air crackled as reality shattered illusions. Confrontation, confession, truth. The teacher who had called Maya a liar didn't know where to look. Words died on her lips. Daniel walked up, stooped down so his eyes aligned with Maya's. Gently he said, "My daughter speaks truth. She has always, and will always, have the right to be proud of who I am or who I choose to be." He turned to the assembled class. "My job as a janitor here, it was my choice. I wanted to be close to Maya, to see her grow, to protect her from gossip, from people judging her because of me." Maya looked up at him, tears shining. In that moment, she felt seen, heard, believed, not just as the janitor's daughter, but as someone whose story mattered. Change, redemption, and new beginning. The next morning, the teacher, voice trembling, apologized in front of the class. She admitted she was wrong. She said she judged before she knew, and promised to treat everyone with respect. Sam reached out and held Maya's hand. Other students walked over, nodded. A few whispered sorry, and when Maya looked at them, at all those faces, she didn't see pity. She saw understanding. Daniel didn't return to suits and boardrooms. He stayed a janitor, but the way the world looked at them changed. No sneers, no disbelief. At home, Maya drew her dad, not in a suit, but in his janitor uniform, standing proud. Underneath she scribbled, "My dad builds not walls, but respect." The message, truth, pride and identity. Because sometimes, identity isn't about what title you carry. It's about love, sacrifice, choices, integrity. Daniel chose to leave behind everything, power, wealth, status, for his daughter. And Maya chose to stand by the truth, even when no one believed her. In a world that often judges by appearances, by who's rich, who's poor, remember, every person has a story. And every story deserves dignity. Never be ashamed of where you come from. Never hide who you are. Because sometimes, the quietest truth is the strongest. If you like, I can expand this story into a full script for a 15-minute YouTube video, with scene breakdowns, dialogues, and timestamps. Do you want me to build that for you now?